local sculptor's piece, the two women sitting next to each other. That'll be placed back here. It used to be on this side, now it's again over on the wider side. What else? Tuolumne Bridge should open by the end of this month or a month. We know people are walking across it and riding their bikes across it already, but we're looking forward to having that opening. The other thing that having the Tuolumne Bridge converted to two-way allowed us to get Tuolumne Street converted to two-way, so from H all the way to P Street it'll now be a two-way street, which is much better for a variety of reasons. One is people just like two-way streets because they can figure out where to go. When you came up here and it was one way, if you wanted to go that way, you got mad and frustrated and you didn't come back, or didn't come back at all. So having two-lane, two-way streets makes everything feel very comfortable and natural. You can always turn right or left or go straight at every intersection. The other thing it does is it slows down traffic. So when you're on a one-way street, you sort of turn into a racetrack. Especially when you could come off of a nice hill on a one-way street. It's like, you know, go-kart derby. And people just flew past here, so no one ever saw the businesses. So in downtowns, we like slow traffic because you're going to see more. You're going to see the pedestrians. Morning! How are you, Mario? So that helps everything. It helps pedestrians, which help the businesses. It helps the businesses, which brings more pedestrians. And things start flowing together better. So just again, like we did at that last intersection, just imagine new building here, housing, office, ground floor retail, you know, the Warner's Theater having an event. The Grand is booked for almost every weekend for like 2 years out.
Where's the parking going to be for this immediate area?
Yeah, so if they're going to get rid of this parking, where's the parking going to go? That next lot over behind it would be a good location to build a structure at some point. So as you lose the surface parking, it's not right on the main drag. You can do a surface parking structure, or a parking structure that starts serving all of these different businesses here. So the more up we go with the parking, the more dense activity we can have for everything else. So surface lots become the least efficient way to do parking because they're taking up valuable land that could have people and activity and businesses, housing and all of that. So that's a transition that we want to have happen. It's funny, in California, it's because of our Prop 13 and low property taxes, you tend to see more vacant land and more underutilized land because you don't have a lot of pressure to sell it. Like if you're in New Hampshire, I think they do 8 or 9% property taxes, and you don't just hang on to dirt lots or underperforming single surface parking lots because of the amount of taxes you pay on it. So it's just kind of like with the rents going up in downtown, people view that as a negative, and it can be if it gets out of hand. But at the other side of the equation is it kind of makes the businesses think and perform at a higher level because they have more pressure on them. So if rents go up and you're only serving lunch, well, how are you going to pay your rent? Well, start serving breakfast or dinner. And then we start lengthening the amount of day that we have under active use. Another thing that will be coming up vacant is that IRS building. So the IRS is shrinking, and so that's got a couple years left, and then that will be vacated. So it'd be interesting to start thinking about what kinds of more active uses we could have than just those jade beetles. Yeah. They won't bite you, but they are. You don't want them in your hair either way. Yeah, they're icky. Yeah, they're really pretty, but. So that's kind of what's happening here. So by the time the street is open, the bridge will be open. You'll be able to turn either direction from any side of this intersection. We've got the really wide bulb outs We'd like to have some kind of a band going over here. We've talked to the owners about maybe showing American Graffiti that night. And then Cliff who has the Grand is helping us very much with attracting the hot rods for the cruise night. He does the car show on the bluffs once a month out by Pullman and Knees. Yeah. What do they call that? Rods on the Bluffs or something like that. So we're working with those guys, so they're going to help us market so that we get, as many classics and customs and hot rods down here as possible.
I have a couple friends that would probably be interested in that.
Great.
So who would we go about? Is there a Facebook page?
Yeah, there will be. There'll be a registration for the cars that will go up on our website in a few weeks. And starting this Monday, we'll have a Facebook event for the grand opening party itself. So at our Monday night meeting, if you come to that, we're going to have everyone invite all of their friends. So we start out the first day with a few thousand people invited, and then we can watch it and start to grow from there.
I have a couple friends that put on a various. The latest one was at Full Circle. They had a hot rod car there. Brian, he could probably.
Yeah, have him get in touch with me.
Yeah.
FresnoCraig@gmail.com.
Sounds good.
Surprisingly, that address wasn't taken. All right. How'd we do?
Good.
What time is it? 10:14. I think that's a new personal best. We broke the 2-hour mark. And we'll walk back and I'll get you out of the sun.
Serious? Really? Yeah. Are you guys not gonna go?
Can I get one of those papers?
Oh yeah. If you didn't get one